on Sun Valley. Daily local news from beautiful Sun Valley, Idaho.
Hi again, everyone. This is Bryant Dunn with this week's episode of Sun Valley Today here on Eye on Sun Valley. Well, the upcoming week looks extremely promising. The weather looks wonderful, and there's a lot going on. So let's get to those upcoming events right now. Attention all you brainiacs out there. Join the team at the Sawtooth Brewery Tuesday, March 3rd in Ketchum and Wednesday, March 4th in Haley for the weekly trivia nights. These events begin at 7:30 p.m. and offer multiple rounds to test your knowledge. Winners win bar tabs for their cerebral mastery. For more info, call 208-726-6803 or go to www.sawtoothbrewery.com. Also on Wednesday, March 4th, celebrate Idaho Day with the folks at the Blaine County Museum in Haley. The museum will be open for visitors from noon until 7 p.m. This year's theme focuses on a new display on the 100-year anniversary of women's suffrage, highlighting the history of Idaho and Blaine County in the suffrage movement. The museum is collaborating with Idaho Women 100 on their year-long celebration. For more info, visit bchistoricalmuseum.org or call 208-788-1801. And this coming weekend, Friday and Saturday, the 6th and 7th of March, visit the Campion Ice House in Haley to cheer on our very own Sun Valley Suns men's hockey team as they take on the Vermont Switchbacks. Puck drop is at 7 p.m., so be sure to get there early to get the best seats. There are few events in the Valley as exciting as a Suns hockey game, so pack up the family, load up the family van, and head to Haley Ice. Will be a blast. You know, Sun Valley Outfitters is Sun Valley's only full-service outfitter, offering daily fly fishing trips all through the wintertime. In addition to our summer offerings of daily fly fishing and day hikes, daily horseback rides, big game and bird hunting, international angling services, kids' adventure and fly fishing camps, among many other services. Come visit Sun Valley Outfitters now through the end of ski season as well for our store-wide sale. We're discounting our gear from 10 to 35% off, so come on in and take advantage of that. That's a thank you to you for making Sun Valley Outfitters your go-to outdoor recreation provider. Well, this is Bryant with this week's episode of Sun Valley Today here on Eye on Sun Valley, and I look forward to seeing you around our beautiful valley.
Cabanita Mex, dubbed by the locals as authentic, tasty Mexican food and drinks with a festive atmosphere and a pretty darn good sports bar too. Big screens all over. La Cabanita prides itself on their authentica cocina mexicana. Good food, very fast service, and delicious house recipes with those special Mexican spices. La Cabanita Mex, serving lunches, dinners, catering, company parties, and takeout. Ketchum and Bellevue. La Cabanita.
So we're mods. We have coffee, we have pastries, we have clothing. We sell it all. We have a range of vintage clothing, high-end women's and everyday wear, ranging from Pendleton to fancy going out dresses. Some clothing even dating back to the 20s.
Hi, I'm Jacob. My wife Tara and I are the owners of Mods. We're both a coffee shop and a clothing store. We use Harrison Insurance for everything. Business, auto, renters, even our little dog is insured.
The nuances of our unique business are covered with Harrison, and I don't think that I could have obtained that going to a big insurance company directly.
We feel that if something were to happen tomorrow, we'd be okay because we have Harrison Insurance to help us.
Harrison Insurance for all of your insurance needs.
I'm Karen Bosick with Eye on Sun Valley, and outside it's a full-blown winter day at Sun Valley, Idaho, but we're here in Wood River High School gym getting ready for summer. Yep, 6-time All-Star player, 4-time Golden Glove winner, Bobby Gritch of the California Angels and Minnesota Twins is teaching our young Wood River High School boys and girls how to field, how to hit. I'm here with Bobby Grich, who was a second baseman for the Baltimore Orioles and the California Angels. He was the leading home run hitter in 1981, I believe. He was a record-breaking fielder. You had, what, a 997?
995, let me see, what year was that? That was 1973.
And what does that mean?
Well, my second year in the major leagues with the Baltimore Orioles, and I fielded 922 total chances, ground balls, fly balls, and double play balls, and I only made 5 errors in 162 games. So the fielding percentage of 922 chances, only making 5 errors, the percentage is a 995 fielding percentage. So it was an all-time major league record.
Wow.
And I think it's still intact for that many games and that many total chances. Some other guys have had a higher fielding percentage, but nowhere near that amount of total chances.
Wow. So that's what you're teaching the kids today, how to...
Yeah, we're going to talk first base, second base, shortstop, third base, talk a lot of hitting. And then Paul Hartzell, my ex-teammate from 77, 78 with the Angels. We've been friends for like a long, long time. And then we also both participate in the Danny Thompson, Harmon Killebrew golf tournament here in August, which raises money for children's cancer research. So he'll do the pitching side of it, and I'll take care of the infield and some hitting, work with the baseball team, see if I can pass on some things that I wish somebody would have taught me when I was 18 years old, but it took 20 years of professional baseball to learn.
What are a couple of those things?
Well, you got about an hour and a half. But, on hitting, the thing that I really like to convey is where to look to see the ball out of the pitcher's hand. You've got to see the ball early. That's the biggest and most important thing hitting. The second biggest and most important thing of hitting is not to predetermine where you want to hit the ball. You let the location of the pitch determine what you're going to do with the ball. So you react to the location. So you're not trying to pull or hit everything to right, but you learn to react to the location. So it's easier to get the barrel of the bat on the ball if you're aiming up the middle and make a small adjustment here and a small adjustment there to an inside pitch or an outside pitch, so you can handle the entire strike zone. So those two things are kind of a basis of what I like to convey to young hitters.
And what about fielders?
Fielding, it's about footwork. It's about soft hands. It's about
What are soft hands?
Well, soft hands are so that the ball's coming to you. You're not taking your hands into the ball. You're absorbing it. So you absorb it so it's easier to stay with you and stay on, rather than hitting and the ball coming in your hand going that way, it's going to clank and go off to the side. You got too much force. So you need to gather the ball in, what they call soft hands. So that's the terminology for gathering it in and keeping it within your body. You can still reach in and pull it out and pull the guy out.
Okay. What has changed since you were playing? What's the differences for players today?
Well, I would say they're bigger and stronger. They have a lot more technology. They've got tape. They've got tape of themselves. They've got tape of their pitching opponents if they're a hitter, and they've got tape of their hitting opponents if they're a pitcher. So you've got tons and tons of stats that we didn't have when I played in the 80s. I played in the 80s, mostly 70s and 80s, and they didn't keep stats. You just kind of got it by reputation, but you didn't really know for sure. You used your eyeball to see if the guy was a pull hitter or not, that kind of thing. So I would say technology, stats, data, strength. You got weight training. When I played ball, there was not a weight room in any ballpark, not one. In 77 and 78, some guys, including myself, started to lift weights. By the time my career was over in 86, during those 5 years from 79 to 86, actually 7 years, every single ballpark in the major leagues had a weight training room. That was the cusp of the change that they could see the benefit of weight training. So since that time, which was the end of my career, players now have it through high school, starting all the way through their whole careers. The benefit of getting stronger, and I'm sure that's why there's more home runs, there's more bat speed, but there's also guys throwing harder. So you guys got, every pitching staff has 10 pitchers, right? 10 to 11. I would say out of the 11 pitchers today in a major league pitching staff, probably, I would say 7 of them, 8 of them throw 93 miles an hour minimum. Probably like nobody throws under 90 miles an hour unless they're a specialty pitcher with a lot of movement of some sort. So when I played, you might have half the guys under 90, half the guys over 90. Now it's 80% over 93. So, and you wouldn't think 1 mile an hour means that much difference, but at 60 feet, and you're talking about hundreds of seconds is a difference of a hit or a miss. It's big, it's large. So if you can throw, 89, okay, 90 the ball is going to be here. I mean, I can go on and on and on. But from 89 miles an hour to 95 miles an hour it's like 3 feet probably of timing to be able to see that ball on a longer period of time, which is huge. You can see the ball longer. You can react to it much quicker. You don't get fooled on breaking pitches. You can wait longer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So the pitchers today are throwing definitely harder, bigger, stronger. Everybody's bigger and stronger.
I'm talking with Paul Heitzel, former pitcher for the California Angels, Minnesota Twins, now a coach with the Wood River High School Wolverines. Paul, you're used to spring training in places like Orlando, Florida, and Palm Springs, California. What is it like trying to get ready for baseball in the Wood River Valley?
Well, Karen, this is actually a lot closer to where I grew up in Pennsylvania. Pretty similar, not quite the same altitude as we have here in Haley, but Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, we didn't get outside usually until sometime in April. So not a whole lot different than this. And what you learn to do is right where we are today with myself and Bobby Gritch, which is we're going to be indoors in a gym. And that's what you did until it was time to go outside.
Hi, I'm Gary, manager of the Attic Thrift Store in Haley, and today I'm not here to sell you anything or tell you about any great deals at the Attic. We all know the Attic always has great deals. That goes without saying. Instead, the Attic and its staff would like to give a sincere thank you to all its loyal customers and generous donors who help to make a huge impact in our community. How? For those who don't know, the Attic Thrift Store is a nonprofit that exists to help support the advocates whose mission is to teach people of all ages to build and maintain healthy relationships through education, shelter, and support services. With your help, we are making a difference in ending domestic violence and sexual assault. Every day, lives are changed at The Advocates. Please visit our website at www.theadvocatesorg.org. So from all of us, thank you for shopping and donating to The Attic. You're truly...
Better food, better price, better service. Atkinson's Market, supporting local farmers since 1956.
Good morning, Ion Sun Valley. This is Marie's Kitchen. Welcome. And today we are going to prepare something from a region of France called Provence. And the dish is called Ratatouille. Some of you know the movie Ratatouille, nothing to do with that. It's just a special classic dish from the region of south of France, Provence. So what we're going to need today is olive oil, of course, because it's Mediterranean cooking today, and it's vegetarian. So for my friends, because some of my friends ask me, can you do a vegetarian dish, Marie? I say, absolutely. So I decide to go with the ratatouille. It's really good, a lot of veggie mixed together, and actually the term ratatouille comes from touille, meaning mixing together, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So I have a medium onions, yellow onion. I have 1 eggplant. I have 2 small zucchini. I have 1 red bell pepper and 1 green bell pepper. I have 3 Roma tomatoes. And if you don't want to use the Roma tomato, you can also use a can, and you can also use 2 big tomatoes. I have 2 cloves of garlic, salt and pepper, of course, and some thyme. If you like more power flavor in your ratatouille, you can also add rosemary. So before we start, I'm going to show you, I already diced all the vegetable because that's what takes the longest time to do. But I'm going to show you how to dice the tomato and yellow bell pepper, and also how to do the garlic. So what I'm going to do is to show you how to dice the tomato. So like the Roma, this is obviously not a Roma tomato, but you do the same. So you cut in the middle. At least that's my technique. You take the end, and then what I do, either you can use a knife and just take the seeds out of the tomato, because I don't want the seed. And I will keep the seeds just if I make a soup or another dish, then I want to add something, because, you know, that's what it is. Cooking, it's just come from your mood, from your heart. Oh, well, I have this left over. Whoops, I'm going to put it in a soup, you know, that kind of thing. So this is how I do it. And, you know, the first one I use my knife, but you can also use just your spoon and you scoop. You just scoop. But you don't want too much seeds because it's wet. So that is how I do. And if you don't like the skin, you know, you do like a julienne, meaning slice. And if you don't like the skin on your tomatoes, say, well, you know, I don't want the skin to be in my ratatouille. Well, you can blanch them and peel them. And I think you know how to do that. You boil some water, put your tomato in it, then directly put them in the cold water, and then you can peel them, and you will have tomato without the skin. In my case, I like what we call rustique recipe. So I keep the skin on the tomato. So you see that I did slice, and now I just diced the tomato. Very, very easy process. And again, if it's not the way you want to do it, it doesn't matter. But what's important in the ratatouille is keep the cutting about consistent, so diced. And the reason is the cooking will be more even, and also the presentation when it's time to put in your plate will be really nice. Up, et voila. And now I'm going to show you how to dice, and I'm going to do just half of the yellow bell pepper. I have red, I have green, and I'm going to add yellow because the ratatouille recipe, it's colorful, just like in south of France. You know, the sun and the joie de vivre of those people living there. They are very proud of their ratatouille. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the white part up, and I'm going to go in the middle. I like to take the white part, it's a little bit bitter, and I don't like that taste. So that's the reason I'm taking all the white. And we could do the whole thing, but I think I have enough. And don't forget to protect your fingers. See, I do the same technique, julienne, as the tomato, and I did exactly the same technique for the zucchini and the eggplant as well as the onions. So again, I'm gonna dice, et voila. So I'm gonna add that also with the red and the green bell pepper that we already have there. And then the last but not least, because in South of France, like in Italy, all the Mediterranean cooking, they use a lot of garlic. So the two main ingredients for those kind of cooking, Mediterranean cooking, it's olive oil and garlic. Just having that cooking together make your house, your kitchen smell so good, so good. There. So this one, I think it's still one of mine gardens. See this little green in the middle? Some people sometimes doesn't know what to do with it. In my case, I always take it out. Why? Because again, this area here, it's bitter and I don't want that. I like to have it's that little green. This one has more, so you will see it better here. See this green? Don't like it. Take it out. Some recipe will tell you you can dice the garlic. In my case, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna, like this big piece, I'm gonna cut it in two. You know, if it's just a big chunk like that, I'll cut it in the middle and make it two pieces. But I won't do small pieces. Et voila. So now we have absolutely everything we need for the recipe, and just let's start cooking.
No matter your taste or personal style, the shopping in Sun Valley has what you need for a day in the mountains or elegant night on the town. From bike sales, rentals, repair, outdoor accessories, and souvenirs to high-end, on-trend fashion and sportwear, including a hip, modern women's boutique, there is something for everyone in the Sun Valley Village. Don't forget about the kids, as stepping foot in the toy store is a dream come true for the little ones. The Sun Valley Village shopping options blend a touch of European style with Main Street USA hospitality, all in a charming mountain town setting.
I have traumatic brain injury from explosions and 500-pound bombs, and there's absolutely nothing that worked for me for the 7 years I went to the VA. This would be the thing to do rather than going to the VA, I can guarantee you that. Not a question in my mind. I mean, I could skip all of that and come in here and jump into there and be much better off than anything that I received at the VA. I would recommend that for everybody that's been in combat.
All right, let's start the recipe now. So I'm gonna start the stove at medium high, and I am gonna do 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And I mean, if you want to use vegetable oil, it's fine too, but actually because I have a big pan, I'm gonna put 3, 2.5. The recipe really is with the olive oil, because in Provence they use a lot of that. But like I say, if you want to use vegetable oil, it's fine. So the first thing I'm gonna cook, it's the onions. Those takes a little bit longer. You cook the onions and you cook them until they sweat and they are translucent. At this point, I think I'm gonna put on high, and I'm gonna make sure everything is layered. And then this process is gonna be, it's a little bit like the risotto recipe. This process is gonna take about 2 to 3 minutes. We don't want the onions to be brownish color. We do not want that. We just want it sweat enough, so meaning they're already soft. So that's for a cooking reason later, it will cook better. So this is the onions, and I think I can put my bell peppers. Yep, I think I can do that. There it goes. Oh, the color, so beautiful. I just love this recipe. It's so colorful. Oh, you would like this. So I'm not gonna wait 3 or 4 minutes, but you know that it's about that, 3-4 minutes for each vegetables. So and each time you add, and I still have it on high, so I'm gonna put it back on medium high. I'm gonna go with the zucchini. So now I'm adding the zucchini in. Not a beautiful color. There it goes. Oh, yum, yum. Et voila for the zucchini. And now I'm gonna put my eggplant. Okay, and this is one eggplant, goes a long way, but there is a lot of water in the eggplant, so trust me, it's gonna reduce quite a bit. So don't worry. And I'm gonna wait a little bit to make sure that the eggplant are sweating as well before I put my tomatoes, garlic, salt and pepper. Cover for 35 to 40 minutes and your dish will be ready. Now I have my tomatoes and you can see the garlic, and I'm gonna just pour the whole thing. Put my thyme, stir, because remember, touiller comes from, it's a slang word, touiller, for mixing, stirring. All right, now then my vegetables are all there in my pan and all well mixed. We are gonna let it cook on medium low between 30 and 40 minutes. And then when we come back, I will serve. So we'll be right back. See you in a bit.
Better food, better price, better service. Atkinson's Market, supporting local farmers since 1956.
Edge Event Productions proudly provides audio and visual solutions for your private party or event, your wedding or special banquet. With top quality audio and lighting, you won't regret choosing Edge. They'll simply custom and create an event design suitable for your party, your budget, and work with you through the entire process. Their stage production services are guaranteed to help make your event a success. With powerful, crystal clear sound and years of mixing experience, they're an ideal choice for this community, whether it's a band, a DJ, a big event promoter to host a large event either indoors or outdoors. Lighting and sound are so important to a party. Take your party to the next level with Edge Event Productions. Reach out to Andy at edgeeventproductions.com. That's Andy at edgeeventproductions.com.
Okay, welcome back. So now that my ratatouille is ready, it did cook for 30 minutes. So I told you earlier, maybe 30 to 45 minutes, it depends. But this one's just 30 minutes and it was cooked. So we're gonna serve, you know, my favorite part of the show. We're gonna taste. So the only thing I'm gonna take off the pan is the thyme. So I'm gonna put it on the side and I am gonna scoop. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at those colors. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, I love it. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. And I, you know me, I like my little decoration. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna taste. Look at this. Isn't it beautiful? It really is beautiful. So, and if you can always taste, remember I told you earlier, if you think that there needs more salt and pepper, just please feel free to do so. Oh my gosh. It's so good. You have that mix of all those vegetables. Just the color make it taste even better. And I wanted to say also another thing about the cooking. If you like your vegetable a little bit more crunchy, well, of course you're gonna cook it less. You know, it's again, it depends what you like. It's all about what you, your family, your friends likes. In my case, I like it a little bit crunchy, but not much. I like it more on the soft side. So, and that's what I did with that. But it's really, really, really good. I like to serve my ratatouille also with rice. And like I said, I don't serve ratatouille with the fish, but definitely the chicken, the pork, that's a great dish. And of course, just a plain dish. But this will put some color on your table when you serve. And it's a great dish also to share with friends and family. Now, if you see this muffin pan, you say, what the heck is she doing with that? Well, a friend of mine told me, if you have ratatouille left over, what you do, you take a muffin pan or this dish, whatever you call this, you just gonna scoop your leftover ratatouille, put in the freezer, and then you have individual portion if you feel like having ratatouille one evening or one day or one lunch or whatever it is. And I thought that was a brilliant idea. So I just wanted to share that idea with you, just in case you think that it's a good idea too. Who knows? Anyway, well, thank you so much for joining me in my kitchen with Eye on Sun Valley. And like I say, have a great day. See you soon. Au revoir.
Are you like me and can't stand paying your insurance bill? Just when you pay all your bills for the month, then along comes that dreaded insurance bill, putting the hurt on your checking account. Hello, I'm Mark Balkos, president of Wood River Insurance. That's why Wood River Insurance is an independent insurance agency. This means we have a multiple of insurance companies we offer to our clients. This allows us to hold the insurance companies accountable for coverage, service, and most important of all, pricing. When I started in this business 33 years ago, I only represented one company to my customers. And after a while, I felt as though my hands were tied when trying to be as competitive as I could. As an independent insurance agency, we represent you to the insurance company, not the insurance company to you. This allows Wood River Insurance to be as competitive as possible. So call us today at 208-788-1100 and let Wood River Insurance represent you.
Audio Innovations is an innovative audio-visual company that designs, integrates, and simplifies a truly custom system to keep you comfortable, entertained, and secure in your own home. Audio Innovations TJ's Electric offers a variety of services, from phone systems to lighting control systems, HVAC systems, home theater, electrical, audio, and video, drapery systems, and more.
Audio Innovations, 91 East Croy Street, Alturas Plaza, in Haley.
Better food, better price, better service. Atkinson's Market, supporting local farmers since 1956.
The benefits that we see, some come right away. It's a full body experience, right? So we're treating the whole body. And like I say, whether I'm treating your toe or your brain, I'm treating the whole body. So every organ now, every cell in your body has enough oxygen to create the correct amount of energy and to fire and function properly.
I'm Karen Bosick with Ion Sun Valley. I'm here at the annual Sawtooth Ski Festival, which is held the first weekend of March every year near Alturas Lake. Now, Alturas Lake is located in the beautiful Sawtooth Mountains, about 45 miles north of Sun Valley. What happens here? People come with their kids, they come with themselves, they come with their dogs, they ski in, cross-country ski, they snowshoe in, and there's a little soup kitchen set up on the hillside about a half-mile in where they serve up homemade soups, focaccia bread, mimosas, yummy cookies, and everybody sits around and it just soaks up the vitamin D, and then they ski out to Alturas Lake, and it's just a gorgeous way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Karen Kasky is one of the many volunteers that work hard to put this weekend on, making homemade chili for the poker run on Saturday and wonderful homemade soups for the Sunday soup kitchen. Karen, what soups do we have today?
We have a tomato tortellini that is a Busterback tradition, used to be served at Busterback Ranch. And Amy Sinclair made a beautiful potato leek soup, and Grandma Ray made her famous chicken noodle.
Ooh, I haven't had them yet.
We also have Susie Hayes made a curry chicken and coconut curry chicken, and Dick Schmidt made a beautiful lentil, sherry, nice lentil soup.
I'm going to have to cut this interview short. But anyway, Karen, how long has this festival been going on, and why do you have it?
The festival, this is the 17th year in this kind of format. We used to do fun days at Park Creek and here at Alturas, and it's to raise money. The Sawtooth Ski Club was formed when Busterback Ranch closed, and we wanted to maintain a cross-country ski opportunity in the valley for visitors and residents. And we're a nonprofit. All the money goes towards buying machinery and upkeep and gas and oil. And the ski club dues are incredibly affordable, and we like to keep it that way. And we wanted a ski presence in the valley, and we've established that. It's great.
And the way the soup kitchen works is people toss a donation in a big jar over there, and then they get to dig in, and your husband then goes out and grooms the trails, right?
Exactly. And we have other groomers. We've got Chad Bosch, he's really awesome, and Adam Gulick at Park Creek. We have the two areas, the one here. Did you do a Park Creek day yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Darn.
But we have a Park Creek day, and then we do a great fundraiser dinner. Sean Peterson cooks dinner. And we have a silent auction, and people from all over donate beautiful items, and then we do the soup kitchen in order to make enough money to keep grooming.
And if you come to these trails, folks, They're payable by donations. There's no lift passes, so there's a little box at the beginning of the trail. You drop a donation in. And how many kilometers or miles of trails do you have?
I never have the right answer for that. You should look at our website. We're www.sawtoothski.com, and it gives the whole map of the two areas, and it tells about the different programs that we have and a lot of information. I can't remember how many K.
Okay.
Do you?
But they're incredibly beautiful folks, and they got great names like Wapiti and Over the Hill and what?
Oh, we were saying about 25K here, and then maybe that much at Park Creek.
Okay. This is Amy Larson. She's a massage therapist from Ketchum, and this is her first year at the Sawtooth Ski Festival. Apparently, she didn't know she should have bought her massage bed and given us a few massages while we're out here. But anyway, what in the world brought you out, Amy?
Well, you know, we have a lovely valley over in Wood River, but we've got to get out of town and enjoy what else we have to offer. And this is obviously a great next step.
What do you think so far? What has intrigued you about today?
Well, and I came up last night actually, stayed in Mountain Village, went to the what did we have? The silent auction and
the
music, the dinner, absolutely. And it was just your classic down home, old small town shindig. Yeah.
So you'll be back again, right?
Oh, absolutely. I just said this is the first annual for many more to come.
Of course, this is for kids of all ages, and I've got two 12-year-olds here from the Sun Valley Ski Education Foundation Nordic team. What is your name?
Sadie Rector, Mazzy Connors.
Okay, and I understand this is your second year out here, so you're an old pro, right? What is it you like about this?
Finding the gnomes and the soup and the food.
Oh, is there something you particularly like at the food booth?
The brownies.
Oh, of course, of course. What about you?
The food too, and skiing with my family and friends.
What do you think about skiing out here? Are the mountains pretty terrific?
Yeah. It's really great view, I guess, yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for talking with us, and have fun. Kurt Nelson is the district ranger for the Ketchum district of the Sawtooth National Forest. Kurt, is this a beautiful way to celebrate our national forest, or what?
I can't think of anything I'd rather be doing on a beautiful sunny day in the Sawtooth Valley.
We should have soup kitchens, mimosas out here every day, right?
Every weekend.
So, how long have you been coming to this festival, Kurt?
Probably about 15 years, I'm guessing.
Oh my gosh, and what is it you really enjoy most about it?
What I enjoy is just seeing all the people come out and have fun. You can come and have a cup of soup, bowl of soup, and then you can go out and ski out to Alturas Lake and back, and the Sawtooth Club has done such a great job of pulling together this event.
And what is it about this area that makes this area so special?
Wow. All you have to do is look around. It's pretty special. It's not that far from Ketchum, but it feels like you're in a totally remote place. You know, we can ski out here. It's about a 3/4 of a mile from the highway. And here you are. You have everything that you would possibly want. Hot chocolate, and mimosas, and all sorts of things.
And jagged Sawtooth Mountains.
And the jagged mountains, for sure. In fact, this morning I got up early and I was backcountry skiing for 3 hours, and then I came here to participate in this event.
I always sense a level of honesty, you know, in the music that we create.
It's all about listening to each other and taking styles and blending them.
We just let our music happen, and sometimes it takes us to places where we never thought we could go, and we're looking at each other when we're done going, how do we do that? And that's really the only way that you can create that kind of magic, is to just leave space for it to happen.
Are you like me and can't stand paying your insurance bill? Just when you pay all your bills for the month, then along comes that dreaded insurance bill, putting the hurt on your checking account. Hello, I'm Mark Balkos, president of Wood River Insurance. That's why Wood River Insurance is an independent insurance agency. This means we have a multiple of insurance companies we offer to our clients. This allows us to hold the insurance companies accountable for coverage, service, and most important of all, pricing. When I started in this business 33 years ago, I only represented one company to my customers. And after a while, I felt as though my hands were tied when trying to be as competitive as I could. As an independent insurance agency, we represent you to the insurance company, not the insurance company to you. This allows Wood River Insurance to be as competitive as possible. So call us today at 208-788-1100 and let Wood River Insurance represent you.
For those of you that have sleep apnea but are just not able to tolerate your CPAP unit, there is help right here in Ketchum. I have over 17 years of advanced training in sleep health, and I can treat your sleep apnea, including annoying snoring, from beginning diagnosis all the way through treatment. No need to travel hours away for overnight sleep studies. I'll provide you with a complimentary, complete computer airway evaluation and consultation. Give my office a call, and I can help you feel more rested and have more energy. Sleep well, live well. Come see us at Sun Valley Smile Designs and Sun Valley Sleep Health.
I'm Lori McNee with Ion Sun Valley, and this is Art Beat. And today I'm with Christine Warjone in the Ketchum industrial area, kind of the arts district, in her amazing studio. This is truly one of the best studios I've seen anywhere. It rivals New York lofts and LA studios I've been in. It's just, in fact, we had a hard time knowing where to even set up because every corner of this space is amazing. So you've been in here since 2012, correct?
That's correct, and I love this area, and thank you for that introduction. Yes. Oh shucks, you know, that's beautiful, thank you. I love this space. It is my happy place, definitely.
And you said this room was your favorite within the studio.
Because this is where, for lack of a better description, the magic happens.
Yes.
And by magic, it's not necessarily the product I put out I'm referring to as magic. It's the magic of the creation. It's the magic of my music when I play it. It's the light, it's the sound, it's the smell of the studio. And so this is where the magic happens. It's my favorite spot.
So Christine, one of the things I really admire about you, being a visual artist myself, is how versatile you are. You are constantly coming up with something new to say, and you have so many different genres. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I get bored with one genre.
Okay.
When I started painting, Lori, I was doing a lot of realism. I loved painting people, some animals, some feathered friends. And I still like doing that, and I go back to that. It's very easy for me to do that. So when something is that easy, it becomes a little boring.
Yes.
So I wanted to test myself, and I started working with abstract. I started working with different mediums. I started using acrylics and resins and pouring mediums and mixed media with papers and using some realism with the abstract. So it's been a journey and it's been a lot of fun. And I tend to work on 2 or 3 different styles simultaneously.
Styles even, not,
yes,
okay, that's
absolutely.
interesting.
And subjects. And what I'll do is I'll work with one subject for quite some time and keep the other one off in the distance, maybe like the donkey that's behind me, because his style's so different.
Right.
I'll watch him and look at him while I'm working on another style. When you came into the studio earlier today, I had something on the floor.
Yes.
I'd been walking around that for several days. Just to get an idea of how that was going to grow.
Living with it, yes.
So yeah, I'll work on 2 to 3 different styles and series simultaneously.
So I think it's so wonderful. You've been in this space since about 2012, and then you shared with me before we went on camera that in 2009 is when you kind of started your artistic journey, and it was due to kind of a very personal, transformative time in your life. And I know you don't want to go deep into that, but maybe it is interesting. At that point, you were already a grandmother, correct? And you had dabbled in art throughout the years, but it really took you in a new direction where you wanted to really follow the passion of art. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I can, and I will. In 2009, I have what I refer to as I had a medical odyssey.
Yes.
And it was a 9-month program that started extremely quickly and surprising. It was a spontaneous event, not an accident. And with that, there was collateral medical damage.
Yes.
So I spent a great deal of time in bed and then in a wheelchair. With that said, I said one day to my husband, I really want to start painting again. And through my time of sleep and relaxation, I thought about things I had done in my past that were very important to me. And one was working with a humanitarian group and traveling offshore.
Oh, wonderful.
And so I wanted to paint the people and the children that I met. And one evening, my husband came home from his office, and he had canvas and paints.
That's beautiful.
And a tarp. And I never looked back.
That's so wonderful. How nice to have that supportive husband too. That really helps. And at that stage, like I said, you're a grandmother and you just are coming out from that dark place, but art is so healing, isn't it?
Yes.
And at that point, you were doing some figurative work, but did it also make you want to be more free? And that's where possibly you started exploring the other mediums because it felt more liberating. Would that be part of it, would you say?
No, I have to say that the first 4 years, I pretty much stayed on path with realism, people, animals, feathered friends. And I didn't really get into anything that was really outside of the box.
Okay.
And then I gave myself permission. And I think that's what being an artist is all about.
Yes.
You have to give yourself permission to do whatever it is that brings you joy and translates to whatever you're putting it on, a wall, a board, a canvas.
That's right.
And I remember, I remarked to my husband one day, I said, it just occurred to me that no one has to see what I'm doing. And once I realized that no one had to see what I was doing, I could run a knife through it if I didn't like it.
And that's interesting because, you know, for much of your career, you have chosen to represent yourself and not be gallery represented. And I know you're getting ready to show in Seattle in a gallery, so that will be a big change. And at that point, then people will be seeing it more so. So, and I, in this beautiful space she has, by the way, you should come visit sometime. It's a gallery in itself. I mean, I can see why you've been very happy just to stay here and show your work. And where else can we find your work? Online?
Yes, I have a website.
And what is that?
Warjone Art, so CWARJONE, art.com.
All right.
And I do open my studio 3 to 4 times a year for private events, and you know, sales can take place then. But I also allow certain groups to use my studio because the venues are far and few between in
Yes,
Ketchum and Sun
that's
Valley
true.
and
Oh,
Haley.
that's nice to know.
And so the Women's Foundation used it one year, and it's just it's a
Well,
great
it's a beautiful
venue.
backdrop for that, for sure. So what are your future plans? So you are going to be in a gallery. Are you working toward a series of art for that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. How many? About 8, 10? Or?
Yeah, probably a dozen pieces of different sizes.
You're working rather large right now.
That's not going to Seattle.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm working on pieces that will be quieter, as I refer to quiet, and I can show you some of those later. There are a couple pieces on the wall here. Quieter pieces, and 3 really big ones, and then smaller ones to
round it out
and fill out that space.
So what inspires you? When you're creating a series of work, there's something, a theme between them all that's similar, or how do you create? How do you come up with new ideas to keep stretching and growing?
Well, for example, the Quiet series came from, I admired the athleticism of dancers and the athleticism of a person that plays a musical instrument. And the quiet strength that takes place. I mean, it is graceful and quiet and beautiful, but they are such athletes.
They are athletes.
So I wanted to honor that component of the beauty of those artists. And so I've done a series of musicians and dancers in a very quiet palette.
Oh, I love the sounds of that.
I'm enjoying it very much.
Oh, that'll be wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll be well received. So Christine, when I walk through the doors of your studio, I feel like I'm walking in like a kid in a candy store. Like I've said earlier, this is an amazing studio. And I'm also, again, just so impressed that you are so experimental. And one of the things I haven't tried, I do some experimental work in my own art, but I'm much more traditional. So it's really fun for me to see what you're up to. And the resin, that's always really intrigued me. And it leaves such a beautiful finish, and it's quite toxic usually, but you have found something that VOCs, right, doesn't emit
free.
free.
Correct.
VOC free, which is great, and then, but you have to use like an open flame.
I do.
So tell us a little bit about that process.
It's a 2-part system. You mix it for 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, depending on how large the piece, and pour it, and then use a blowtorch to get all the bubbles out, or you hope you're getting all the bubbles out.
Yes.
Cover it to cure it for 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
Sand it, repeat, cover, cure, repeat, 3 pourings.
Goodness.
Yes.
3 pourings. Okay.
I do wear a mask when I sand.
Okay.
Even though it's VOC free, I prefer to wear a mask when I sand.
Well, good. Well, thanks for sharing those tips. And is there anything else you'd like to share about what you have going on, or anything about you before we end this wonderful interview?
Well, again, I'll say, shucks, thanks for that. No, I think I've said it all. I think I've said more than enough. So thank you.
Your website one more time for everybody.
Warjoneart.com.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here, and thanks for joining me on Artbeat.
Thank you.
Eye on Sun Valley. Daily local news from beautiful Sun Valley, Idaho.